This is the Glass Cannon Network.
What's up, Glass Cannon Naish? It's me, Jared Logan, and you're in my garage. The Game Garage, that is. Yes, this is the Game Garage, a show where we play tabletop role-playing games, and this week, for the fifth and final week, we are playing Worlds Without Number, the amazing, old-school hex crawl RPG from Kevin Crawford and Sine Nomine Publishing. I got it right that time.
Nice!
Yay! I can pronounce things.
Have you been practicing all week?
I've been sitting and doing just vocal exercises, really, whether the weather is cold.
Just staring at yourself in the mirror and saying affirmations and sine nomine.
You can do this. You got this. I said to myself.
Don't let those players bully you this time. This time you'll kill them all.
Sine nomine. This is a fantastic game. Everyone should go and get a copy. In fact, you can get one tonight. We did this last episode. We're going to do it again this episode.
Tonight.
Yes. Well, there's one more up for grabs actually tonight.
If you're the one that won it last time, you could win another one.
That's true. Yeah, good point. Well, first I should introduce my cast. We have Edgar Blackmon, Zach Reino, and Mary Lou. What's up, guys?
Hello.
I'm really excited by the idea that someone could win both books and burn the second out of spite.
Yes.
To make the first one more valuable.
More valuable.
You should never burn books unless they contain thought crime in them. But so if you'd like to win a copy of the book, you can win a copy of the book tonight. We're going to put a link up in the chat. Go to that link, fill out the form, and you can win your own copy of Worlds Without Number, an incredible fantasy RPG that you're going to want to play. I'm sorry, it is only for people in the continental U.S. We can't send books outside
and who are
the
not in the stream.
Right.
I want one.
Well, you'll have to buy yours at Target like everybody else, Mary Lou.
I don't like that.
I wish Target had a section of tabletop role-playing games.
Constantly getting lost in Target's wide array of niche role-playing games.
Yeah. No stores sell the stuff I like, you know? I mean, I guess Barnes & Noble, if you go there, they have a little bit of tabletop role-playing game stuff.
They do.
Oh, wow. Well,
but they put it right beside the video game guides because they're like, nerd shit.
Nerds, you like this shit, right?
Yeah. Here's some pictures.
Nerds.
Here's some pictures of Link with a big balloon. You want this, right?
Here's that Naruto crap you guys like. It's just manga and then D&D books.
You go, you little freaks. Take this.
Little nasty freak nerds.
Well, we've got four if you count me, 4 nasty freak nerds about to take you on a journey deeper into the deep. You've discovered a deep, which is what they call dungeons in this game. Your characters have been exploring it, trying to find the wizard Croth, whom you believe is responsible for some of the horrible goings-on in Edgewood Station. The town was plagued by strange mutant and hybrid animal beastmen, and you think you've found the source, which is this deep, which has all kinds of strange organic technology in it. You discovered a large pod in one room, and when you opened some of those pods, you saw little fetal facsimiles of your own characters in them. Of course, Corby decided to keep his and not rip it open. So you have that.
In case I need it.
In another temple-like room,
Such a bad idea.
you found a bunch of tinier, smaller seed pods that came from a statue that looked like it was an object of veneration. And of course, Corby has kept one of those pods as well.
In case I need to roll my next character, Morby the Mantis Mage.
Yes, I will say, everybody keep that extra character I sent you, somewhere in your inbox, because you may in fact need it. So our party has changed a little bit. it. We started with Corby and Jazz and Rotilda, but Rotilda passed away. Now you are joined by Garmith, the mutant animal hybrid, which we built using the warlike blighted rules from this great game. So you can play demi-humans and strange, what they call Anakim and blighted in this book. So Mary Lou is now playing a wolf mutant. And you all were in that sort of temple-like room. You descended back into the great hall where there are these giant columns, and that is when you were confronted by an enormous hulk covered in moss, stomping its way toward you, 14 feet tall, with glowing eyes that shine out through the gloom, and it sweeps one of its massive arms into a column, and a big giant piece of that column just goes and is torn away, and the whole gigantic room shakes, and we are going to start with combat. I want you to roll your initiative.
Who do it?
And that's just Mary Lou, right? Mary Lou's been rolling.
I just ran it. I did it. I did it, and I just got a 7. So nobody else roll it.
7.
Great number.
That's good. You go first.
Woo!
I will only let you know this about this encounter. This thing looks serious, very serious. It's very big, and it just completely laid waste to an entire column with one sweep of its arm. You may go in any initiative order you like.
Can I see if there are any tunnels and or corridors off this giant room that this man could not fit in?
Yes. So, of course, you can go back out into that amphitheater, but that door looks very large. It looks like it could easily pass through there.
He would follow us.
But on the far side of this hall, this colonnaded hall, there are steps leading up to a structure that looks like the temple you were in earlier, but it's different. It's covered in flowers in really intricate designs that also kind of mimic geometric shapes, but very different from the temple you were in earlier. And that has a smaller door, a door that perhaps this enormous Hulk could not get through, but you'd have to really sprint to get over there. It's on the far side of the hall.
Okay, team. My instincts are telling me we cannot fight this thing. It's so much bigger than even me, and I'm incredibly big.
Right. You're saying we have to fight it?
I am saying the opposite of that. I'm saying that we definitely should not fight it, and we should run past.
Got it. Here's the distraction. And I take out the last seed pod that we had that grows things very fast.
Yeah.
And I open it, and I sort of throw it towards the charging thing. And then I run.
This is the one you found in that suite of
In the
6
mantis
rooms.
The one that we think turns into a version of us when it grows up.
Okay, excellent. So you're tossing it toward him. That's what you're doing on your turn, Corby. Is that right?
What about your rune of destruction? That was all wrapped up in the painting.
I don't think we can kill this thing. Isn't that what you were
you're
saying?
right.
That we shouldn't try to kill it?
But that
you
might
cut
stop him
your
for a
pod
second.
first?
Doesn't matter.
Yes. It was a...
Banana peeled
the
it.
equivalent of pulling a pin in a grenade.
Right.
And
Okay, so
throwing
you
it
cut
out.
open the pod and you toss it at the Hulk's feet. That is Corby's action. And Corby, would you like to move anywhere after doing
Yeah,
that?
I'd like to sprint towards the door on the other side.
Very good. How about Garmith? Or Jazz? What would either of you like to do?
I want to sprint. Try and sprint past. I'm going to see... I can throw a blade at him, but I feel like that might be just a waste of time and energy. We might just want to sprint.
It's really big, right?
It's really big.
It's really
14
big.
feet.
He's 15 feet tall, yeah. He's twice as tall as me,
And you're 7 feet.
You're big.
and I'm 7.5 feet.
So you're just gonna sprint?
I'm gonna sprint, and you know what? Why not? I'm gonna throw a blade.
Yeah, you could throw a blade first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll. For your character, that is a +2.
Sorry, Jerry, can I slight retcon? I don't want to
Yeah.
throw it. I don't want to throw it in such a way that it's immediately going to get stepped on. I want I want to throw it the opposite way from where we're going so that it hopefully turns into a screaming, horrible animal thing and draws a lot of attention.
Right. Okay. No problem. I understand. Yes. No problem.
I rolled an 8, so.
An 8 versus its AC. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you what happens. Your knife flings true. It smacks into the side of the thing and goes clunk and falls to the ground. It has hit a very hard exterior.
Okay.
And do
This is
you
a tree
sprint? Did you say you were sprinting toward the far end of the hall where that other building is?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so. Jazz, what would you like to do?
I'm out of here, bud. I'm trying to get to this door on the far side.
Okay, everybody, I think because you have to move very quickly, could you please give me an exert roll?
Okay. Is that a save or no? No, that's just a roll.
That's just a roll. It's like a skill. It's like how much you can
Yes,
you can put into it.
That's a 5.
7.
8?
Okay.
Is there
Jazz
other
immediately
modifiers?
cuts to what's that?
Just asking if there's modifiers that I added.
Right. If you don't have the exert skill, you need to take it 1 away from what you've just rolled.
It's a 2d6 one, yeah. Just a skill.
Then 7.
Okay, 7. And then 7 for Garmouth as well.
Yeah.
And then Corby rolled a 5, right?
Correct. I
Okay.
rolled a 6, but I have a negative 1.
So Garmouth and Jazz are in the lead, running away, and Corby is bringing up the rear. But let me see what happens when when you throw that pod. That's very important. So it's the Hulk's turn, but let's see what happens when you throw that pod.
Tree man.
Here we go. All right. Right now, it is ignoring the pod, and it is running right on the heels of, unfortunately, Corby. And it's going to go ahead and it's going to make its exert skill to see how fast it can move. And if it beats a 5, it is between Corby and the other two in the door. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it rolled a 11. So
That's higher than 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
It and steps around Corby and is now like breathing down his collar. It is right on top of him. It has not been distracted yet, and so let's see. It can make an attack because it just moved. Corby, what is your AC?
15.
15. It does not hit you. It does hit the ground in front of you and makes a big dent in the ground. Smash! Where its huge moss-covered fist smacked into the earth. That is the end of its turn. What would you like to do, your party?
Hey, Corby, throw that other pod at this thing. It's like a holy pod. Maybe it's like a protector, and if it sees the praying mantis pod, maybe it will get its attention.
That's my mantis son. I'm not gonna throw my mantis son at this thing.
It's not your son. It is an alien being from outside space.
Tell me something else to throw at it. Not that.
It's the thing you gotta throw.
A rune!
It's this thing, look, this is a guardian.
Okay, yeah.
Rune that pod and sling it over there.
That is a good idea.
Sprint toward us and then ruin the ground, and maybe it'll make a giant pit or something or you can make pits in the ground. You were telling me that had happened in a previous episode.
I was telling you about how good it was when I trapped this other thing in a pit in the ground. Hey, we're having this conversation while running.
Yeah, we're having it. We're sprinting.
In fact, that's probably all the conversation you can have.
I'm gonna try to. It's like fully focused on me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a path like towards the side of this room that isn't like directly through it? to the
Yeah.
door.
On the other side of the colonnade, maybe?
Yes.
Great.
Some columns in between you and the man?
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take out one of my many candles, which I bought for a low price.
I remember.
I'm gonna rune of destruction this candle, and then I'm going to like toss it because he's like right in front of me, right?
That's right.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a couple steps back and like drop it there. My plan is the second that goes off, I'm gonna like run around him and beeline for the door.
Okay. I think I understand. So you're using your action to apply the rune of destruction to this candle, and then you are going to move.
Well, I guess he's how far away from me is he?
You should just sprint towards the door and then drop it behind you like a shell in Mario
But
Kart.
he's in between me and the
It's
door.
within 5 feet of you.
It's within 5 feet of me. Okay. I'm gonna throw this thing. I'm gonna ruin the candle. I'm just gonna throw a candle at him.
Okay, ruining it and throwing it like a grenade, right?
Yeah, and it actually doesn't have to hit him. It has to get within 2 feet of him. So unless I
Okay.
throw it extremely badly, like
That hits.
Right.
this shouldn't be an issue.
Well, then I would like you to go ahead and make a. What is this? What's throwing?
Shoot?
Throwing a shoot.
I don't
Throwing a
even
shoot.
want to. I don't even want to risk a fucking shoot roll, Jared. I'm putting this candle down on the ground and I'm stepping 5 feet back and I'm just
Right.
waiting.
Okay, great.
If it comes after me, yeah.
Jazz, you are one more run up to this door, but you probably are aware that the thing has gotten between you and Corby. What would you, and the same with you, Garmith. Which of you would like to act next, and what would you like to do?
I scream, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm just gonna ready an attack of I guess my throwing blade if this to distract it
Yes.
if it doesn't get blown up or doesn't get distracted.
Okay,
by
so
the-
on
by the
its
rune.
right, so on its turn, if it doesn't get distracted by the rune, your throw attack goes off.
Yes.
Understood. Does that mean you've stopped then, like running distance from the next door that you were going for?
No, I'm gonna run as far as I possibly can and then turn around and ready my attack.
Okay, so you're around like 60 feet from these guys. It's
Yeah,
hard to throw a knife that
Get
far.
out
Okay,
of
you're right. My
range.
range is only 30 feet,
It's
so
good. Get out of range. Get out of here.
Okay, I am gonna run 60 feet and just so I'm not readying an attack. I'm just readying the thought of an attack for later.
Okay, you've run up the steps and you are right at the door that you want to go in through that it couldn't follow you through. Jazz, what about you?
Bye.
I can't, man. I know that you said to get out of here, but
I've got this.
I
You
just
want to
feel
be a
like-
mantis so bad.
No,
No, I'm
it's
kidding. I'm
fine.
kidding.
I feel like I can't just leave you behind. What's the range on my bow? It's got to be more than.
It's pretty good.
If I can get to the door and ready my attack, I'm going to do that. And then that way I can be at the door and have my bow at the ready.
I think that that's fine, and I think that your bow will have a range that's at least 60 feet.
For sure. All right, great.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Nah, I
so
can be at ease.
a bow goes a little farther than a throwing knife. So you
That's what I
have.
always say.
Here we go. Actually, I have it
Oh, a hundo.
right here. Because I'm fast. Armor, bow. Bow large, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, 100 or 600 feet. Yeah, you're fine. Okay,
Let's
so
do it.
you run and you've readied your attack, and if this little trick of Corby's doesn't work, your bow attack immediately goes off. So here we go. It is the Hulk's turn, the Behemoth's turn, and it definitely mindlessly steps forward to crush our poor friend Corby, and it definitely mindlessly steps right within 2 feet at least of the rune. And what happens?
It explodes in its fire. And it. I was trying to pull this up before you got to me. Here it is. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Rune of Destruction. 2d6 damage plus caster level.
So 2d6 damage plus 2. Roll it, please.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. Boom! The rune goes off. 10 fire damage is done to this thing. I gotta be honest with you. You blacken it. You've put really the thing that matters the most is the force of it. Because this thing, it looks like it's blackened, but it's not. Like normally you'd blow the leg off something like this, but you haven't even blown a leg off. But let's see what the force of it does. Let's see if this thing remains standing.
You just wanted to distract him long enough that you could sprint around him.
Okay, this thing just rolled a 7 to remain standing. But I rolled that it was an 8 difficulty, and so it falls smashing to the floor. The whole room shakes. That was its turn. What are you going to do on your turn?
Run, and also look over and see what that pod is doing.
Yes, the
just
pod.
to witness it.
Are you looking back at the pod?
While sprinting, just a glance to the pod, but You
glance back, and you can only glance long enough to get. It's popped open, and you mostly see pod, but then you see a man's arm, a grown man's arm, reaching out of it, covered in like ooze and pollen.
Oh my
God. And Corby, it's definitely your arm.
This is fine. This Hulk is going to take care of that guy. We don't got to worry about that. Let's run for the door.
Shoot it. Jazz, shoot it.
Okay, so that Corby's turn is running. Does anybody want to do anything else? Or you can just go through this door, Jazz or Garmouth.
Maybe I'll scout ahead. I think I'm going to sneak and scout ahead to see what's in this room ahead of us and make sure there's no booby traps or anything, that we're not going from the frying pan into the fire.
Okay, this door does have, there is a door on this door. And it does have like a handle made of vines, and you have to pull it open.
Oh, is it one of those thorny vines?
Yes.
Then I think fucking not. I'm going to take, I have a short sword. I'm going to try and open it with my short sword like Corby did with the spear.
Very smart. You pull it open, and it's very dark and musty inside.
I'm still going to sneak ahead and see what I can notice before my compatriots get there. Because I'm
Do you have wolf eyes or human eyes? Like, how's your vision in the dark?
I'm not sure.
Human eyes.
I have human eyes. Okay, human eyes.
I'm
sure now.
You can give me a sneak roll, Garmouth. And Jazz, what would you like to do?
I'm going to follow Garmouth into the
Well, I just rolled a 12, so.
All right.
Actually, I rolled a 13.
That's amazing.
Garmouth's gone forever. Snuck so good. No one can find them.
Yes, and
I snuck so good.
Jazz, do you want to sneak as well as you come in here?
Yes, I definitely want to sneak.
Okay, great.
That is a 7.
A 7?
Sneak. 6 plus 1 is a 7.
Okay. Jazz makes a little bit of noise. Jazz makes a little bit of noise as he enters the room.
Don't follow me. I whispered, don't.
Okay.
But I'm so quiet.
Garmouth, you in here?
It's dark in here too. You don't have the illumination of Corby's eyes because he's still running toward the door. I'm going to go ahead and resolve this combat thusly. Corby, as you reach the door, you look back again and you see that the hulking dreadnought has gotten up, but it has seen you, a naked, ooze-covered version of you, crawling across the floor, and it begins walking toward you, and you see it lift its giant fist over you, and you see the fist start to come down. Do you keep watching?
Yeah.
You watch yourself get smashed into a bloody pulp.
I say, thank you, me.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, me.
So those of you who are in this dark room,
I want to close the door behind us.
Okay, so yeah, just as Corby gets in, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm locking him out.
Hey guys.
You have too many pods.
Yeah, I'd like to put my short sword in between so they're locked in. I'm in the room with the big beast forever.
You enter into here and you notice that it is another suite of like 6 chambers. And you can look around in here.
Are there any
let me know if you're using illumination.
I mean, I can see because I have flame sight, but I will illuminate it so that my friends can see as well.
Light them up, buddy.
Are there any bluebells in a triangle?
There are no bluebells in a triangle. You realize that the room that you're in that has 6 doors coming off of it, this room has a frieze on the wall, meaning like kind of the plant matter walls have been carved to depict scenes. And there is a beautiful, colorful scene of an insect, a giant insect bestowing little seed pods on smaller insects. And you can see them going to a strange sort of object that looks like an apparatus or a tree. It's very unclear, and they are planting the seeds in that.
Good. Glad we have one of these, which I say to myself quietly, not in the...
Okay. Is there anything else we can notice from this frieze?
No, the whole, it kind of goes around the entire room, but that's the story it tells. Like, the giant insect gives seeds, the little insects travel to this apparatus, and they plant the seed in sort of a little bowl on the apparatus.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Just study that part of it, but great. And there are 6 doors out of this chamber, you said?
That is correct. One of them was the door you just came in through, so 5.
Okay.
And are they just rooms like they were before?
Yes, but they have
like
doors.
Portals and they all have doors. Okay. Are there any markings or flowers on any of these doors?
Or heat signatures behind any of them?
Aha.
There is a heat signature behind one of them, and it is
I go.
3 heat signatures. You see bodies moving around behind one of the doors.
What are they like? What's the outline? What are we talking?
Humanoid.
Which door is that?
Humanoid.
So there are 5 in here. So there's 2 on each side and 1 in the far end. So 1 straight ahead on the far end, and then 2 on each side, your left side and your right side.
They're not all in the same room. They're in separate rooms.
No, they're all in one room. They're in the left back room.
Sorry. Okay, great. I say...
Okay.
That people do their bodies.
They're probably like a fox and like an elephant.
Can we lock that door?
Well, I was thinking what we could do is we could
Toss a rune of destruction inside.
So we could just I can put a trap in the doorway. And then we open the door and let them come to us.
The trap. Oh, okay.
Right. So like if we could do we could take a rune. I could use one of your runes, and I could make a trap in the doorway that would spring on
the door is
crosses.
opening.
Do it now. Do it now.
I need
Do it
5
now.
minutes.
Do it now.
I need 5 minutes. I need more time. I need 5 minutes to set my traps. Get ready.
Someone is holding a torch, and they are
Can we
opening
hide
the door.
Can we hide in one of the rooms? I want to grab my compatriots and hide in one of the rooms, the nearest door.
Okay. The nearest door is it's the front right side door.
Okay.
And you go into that chamber and you shut the strange spongy vegetable door.
Yeah, I quietly want to close it behind me.
And turning around, you see beautiful objects like carved wood that form like gorgeous statues in weird geometric shapes. And some look like vaguely insectoid in their in the shape that they form, and you realize that these would probably be very valuable in a marketplace. There are in this room 3 such objects.
Okay, guys, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I can see the outline of the torch holding guy, right? He's moving.
Are you peeking out? Did you all go in this room with the art objects, and are you kind of peeking out?
I believe I could see him whether or not
Oh yeah, your heat signatures.
Yeah, whether the door is open
shut
or
in.
not.
Yes, you can see 3 figures come out into the main room.
They all come out, and they're not running around like crazy beasts. They're like walking. One's holding a torch.
They're walking, and you can hear voices on the other side of the door.
Okay, let's listen.
All right. I'm convinced that this chamber may give us some sort of clue as to how to operate it. Yes, but what do these carvings mean? It sounds like someone's talking to themselves.
But there's 3 of them, right?
That's right.
3 of the same person. 3 of the same person.
Okay, guys, it's probably good that we didn't kill these things immediately. But, how do you want to... Okay, here's what we'll do. You 2, hide. I'm gonna try talking. If it goes bad...
Kill it.
Jazz, I need you to do your secret, like, assassin shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at hiding.
I just feel like... Yeah, I just think, you're really putting yourself in a lot of danger here, buddy.
I'm fine.
What if they turn on you?
Yeah, I could die. Listen, our friend died. Am I trying to throw my life away through adventuring? I don't know. I don't have time to unpack that right now. Here's what I know.
Does Jazz have enough time to set a trap behind the door, or does it look like these figures are leaving this room? Are they staying in this room?
It looks like they're exploring this area of the deep. So they are kind of looking into each door now, it looks like. You can see them moving systematically through this sort of palace area that you've come into.
Because Jazz can set a trap like right behind this doorway, so when they open the door, Corby, you can try and talk to them, and if they don't want to talk, they don't want to listen, they'll enter the room, try to attack you, and they'll die.
Okay, I'm actually okay with that, but you 2 don't talk so that they don't know that you're in here, so that we have a number and surprise advantage if they come in.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna organize myself to be flush, like next to the door, so that if you were looking in from outside, you could not see me.
Very good. And are you setting some sort of trap, Jazz?
Okay, yeah, let me check on my trap.
Because I want to use this trap master. It's the finale, baby. Let's go.
I think these might be friends against all odds, but
I think it might be Croth. Who else would clone themselves?
But wouldn't I feel like Croth would know what he's doing already.
Did it
Maybe
sound
that's
like...
exactly the problem.
I thought it was a woman for some reason.
Croth, was it a woman?
Given 5 minutes of work, you can trap a portal, container, passageway, or other relatively narrow space with foot snares, caltrops, toxic needles, or other hazards. Non-lethal traps cause the first victim to trigger it to lose a round, while round of actions, while dangerous ones inflict 1d6 damage. I'm going to say that they are talking long enough, and you hear them in muffled voices, that you have just enough time to do this, Jazz. What kind of trap are you setting?
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to set a non-lethal trap so that they are not hurt, but they are ensnared, and that they would give us the advantage.
And that's the first person to trigger it. First person to trigger it. Okay. So you have put a foot snare together here, and now you can tell that they're moving toward your door.
Okay. Jazz, hide.
I'm hiding.
Okay.
I'm readying an attack with my claws out and extended. Should one of them try and attack Corby, they gonna get slayed.
And then I shout, all right, here goes nothing. Excuse me, adventurers. Nothing to be concerned about, but...
Are you talking through the door, or have you opened it?
Through.
Okay. Who's there?
Show yourself.
Well, I'm Corby. I am Corby the Unburned. And I am inside this room, and I just wanted you to know that I mean you no harm, and that's why I haven't opened the door yet.
Here's where we do. Yeah, so they are going to throw open the door so that they can see you. And that is when we are going to activate our reaction roll. You are going to roll 2d6, and you're going to add your charisma bonus or penalty.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. As predictably hostile or friendly as they'd usually be in this situation, they are fully neutral. So they fling open the door. They have weapons at the ready. You are looking at Emra. 3 of her.
Oh, great.
Who are you?
Hello.
Come out into the light now.
I just light on in my eyes, so now the whole thing is bright.
When your light comes on in your eyes, they're like, he's casting some sort of spell.
No, it's just light. See, it's just bright.
They're attacking.
Okay,
they're
you just
attacking
triggered a foot snare.
That's right. The first one will hit a foot snare. So they're attacking, and I think the reason they're attacking, just to be clear, is because you turned on your eyes and they were like, a spell! And then they attacked.
No, they're attacking because you wanted them to attack, Jared. Let's be honest here. That's the real reason they're attacking.
Look, I mean, do you have a skill that you think you could stop them before they really commit to this? Because
let's kill some people.
Wait, no, I have one. I have diplomatic grace.
That's right. Do you want to use it? I'm gonna narrate this. They start to charge into the room, and then the first Emra is caught in your foot snare and pulled upside down, and she's like, ah! And the other 2 are coming in behind her, but they pause for a moment, and that is the opportunity for you to use your diplomatic grace. What are you going to say or do, Jazz?
I know who you are. You don't know who you are, but I know who you are. All 3 of you are descendants of a great and powerful warrior. Show him the picture.
Okay, I take out the picture and I go.
I think you need to give me a convince skill roll, Jazz.
I gotcha, Daddy. Here we go.
Come on, Jay.
But listen to this. Because you used that painting, add +2 to it.
Ooh.
Okay, great. So I rolled an 8, and my charisma is a 1.
9 +2.
And +2, that's 11.
You have just really fixed that reaction roll, and suddenly they're like, you know of us. You've brought knowledge of our origins. Where did you get that painting?
From a horrible tower that one of you was trapped in, being used as a concubine. Also, sorry, real quick, there's a wolf man in here with us. Don't freak out, he's a friend.
Hi.
No, the Beastmen. They're trying to eat us.
No,
What do you know of Beastmen?
This one is chill. We've killed
cool.
I mean, honestly, I agree with you. Most Beastmen, killed a bunch of Beastmen. This
An
one,
intelligent Beastman?
yeah, sure, say hi.
I already said hi.
Yeah,
What else do you want me to say?
You already said
See,
hi.
look at that. Yeah.
What do you know of the Beastmen?
Maybe we cut down our friend?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me undo this trap. I'm sorry. That was for precaution. You never be too safe when you're in the deep. All right. Just be cool. Yeah. There you go. You're done.
Who are
Thank
you and
you.
what are you doing here?
We don't know who we are.
How old are
We
you?
call each other sister.
How old are you? How long have you been awake?
Months. We've been exploring this complex to discover who it is we are, but one of our sisters is no longer with us.
There were 4 of you.
Yes.
Did she have a spear and a horse?
She did have a spear. She murdered the one who was not like us.
That must have really, made you sad.
A man, yes. He did not have hair like us.
Where was his hair?
His body was different.
Older?
Yes. Yes, he had wrinkles and lines on his face.
Was he like a magic man?
He told us that he was our master.
Sounds like Kroth the Defiler, more or less.
Yeah, it sounds like Kroth the Defiler.
He told us that we were wrong. That we had not been built correctly.
Oh, you got to ignore everything that guy said. He's a bad dude, and it sounds like he's dead. Yes,
his name was Kroth. I remember.
There you go.
You're fine just the way you are. Don't let another person, let alone a man, define your worth.
Especially a strange man.
And this man made you.
He kept duplicating. This is eldest sister. And one of the Emerus steps forward, and you can see that she has weary eyes. Other than that, she's exactly like Emra.
They're not all wearing what the painting Emra was wearing, are they?
They are not. They're wearing like different outfits.
So one of them got a chainmail bikini and got out of there, but there was only one to go around. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the eldest one in the eyes and then say, "You are their sister?"
Yes.
I think you are also my sister. I think whatever demon made you.
Beastmen try to prey on us.
Well, am I trying to prey on you?
I don't trust you.
If I were trying to prey on you, you'd be dead. Not a hound, I'm a wolf. It's much more regal.
He's right.
Hey, keep it real though. If he wanted to, he got you.
7.5 feet tall. Look at this guy.
I'm very large.
Polite.
I'm ferocious. Look at my claws.
We're trying to help you. There's no reason for you to be rude to our friends.
I woke up 2 days ago with no knowledge of who or where I am, except I woke up here and I knew this place was bad, and I hated it. And I'm back to find answers, so it seems we have similar impulses. You want to know where you came from, so do I.
Here's what I'm confused about. We had always sort of gone off the assumption that Kroth was the one that was making all of these beastmen, which we are trying to stop, for the record. But now you're telling us that Kroth has been killed, which means whatever mechanism that Kroth was using to create whatever, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's whatever these mantis others, what are they called?
The Outsiders?
The Outsiders is on is just going all by itself, and we need to shut that down.
Mm-hmm. Have you discovered an apparatus similar to this one depicted in the frieze? Elsewhere in the dungeon?
No, but this is our first time entering these chambers. The large guardian outside prevented us before, but we finally had to chance it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, don't go through that door. There's a big guy in there, and he's still out there, and he's mad.
What have you been doing for all these months?
We were with Kroth for a while. All of us also have vague memories of dwelling with him in the tower, but then we weren't sisters. There was only one of us.
Not to be trauma.
Yeah, that's hard.
You guys really went
memories
through a lot,
of a previous life.
Yes.
Just to be sorry, not to double back. We're very certain that Kroth is dead. Like we saw the body.
We watched the rageful sister run him through with her spear.
And then he didn't get back up.
And he wasn't suspecting it. Yes, and he did not rise.
Okay.
She was different from you, in that she was rageful.
She was wrong in the head. Whatever process produced her went wrong. She became very angry. Anger defined her.
Well, I'm sure that wherever she is, she's
happy, at peace.
Yeah, or
at peace,
or she attacked someone, and maybe
she's not enraged anymore. I can probably almost guarantee.
Wherever she has gone, that she is free and happy, and that she learns to,
for sure.
That she learns to muffle her rage and.
Or she didn't.
I'm sure she no longer feels rage.
Or she didn't learn.
Can you take us out of here?
Quite peaceful.
Can you help us leave?
Yes, but it won't be safe unless we deal with what's going on in here.
You may follow us, you may give us information, but first you must tell me what's wrong with you. Croft said something was wrong with you. The rageful sister was wrong in the head. What's wrong with the three of you?
Hold on, sorry, pause. We huddle up. That's like an extremely rude thing to ask.
I've been alive for 48 hours. I have no concept of manners.
That's totally fine. I wish you could phrase it like a little bit more like, what did he say was wrong with you, rather than what is wrong with you?
You may amend my statement, but I will not do so.
We can answer your question.
Oh, okay.
Please do.
I am now called youngest sister, and Croth said that I was too pleasant, too happy, too accommodating.
It was my thought so deeply.
Youngest sister, I'm just gonna do this for you, okay? Your new name is Emmy.
Emmy.
All right? Yeah.
I accept this name.
That's
Thank you.
Great job.
All right, Emmy, you're the youngest sister and you're a sweetie pie. Good
Yes.
for you. Never lose that spirit.
And I am middle sister, but perhaps
Okay.
you will give me a name. Croth said that my mind was different. That I was sharper than his love.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna call you Emily.
Man, 2 for 2. This guy.
Okay, real smart. Emily the smart, Emmy the kind.
sweetie pie. Yeah.
And I am eldest sister. And I feel nothing.
How about
My life is meaningless.
what about like
I am but a clone of a clone. A copy of a copy. I don't deserve to exist.
what? Don't talk about my friend that way.
We will call you
Jess.
M,
Oh, okay.
the mystery.
M.
Jessica.
M. Okay, yeah.
Jessica.
No, M is better. I now see there was a convention going on. Yeah. Better.
M, the mysterious.
M for mysterious.
Now,
Makes perfect sense to me.
We can get you out of here, but we must go deeper before we can go back.
I very briefly I turn to M. I say, M, we watched one of our very close friends get decimated by a very big bolt of sunlight not too long ago in that tower where the original you is trapped. And let me tell you, life is arbitrary and no one deserves it more than anyone else. So that baggage you have about not needing to exist, you gotta let that go. Life is random. It's chaos. We're all along for the ride. Okay?
At least you got your sisters, you know?
Time for bright eyes.
I wish I could share your philosophy. But I have only dwelt in this dark place, cowering in its halls from an evil wizard who demanded my obedience.
Well, let's
I got out of here.
let's vent some of that anger, huh? Let's take care of this place. Let's tear it down.
I got out
let's
of
go
here, and
grab
so can
yourself
you.
a piece of art.
We know how to find the machine, the object that made us. But
You know how to find
the
it.
way is trapped.
Trapped by what?
Traps.
They take you to the door at the back of this sort of palace area, out in the main room. And they say, you can get to the apparatus through there, but the room before it is dangerous.
Dangerous how? Traps, monsters, beastmen?
Emily pushes open the door, and let me find the exact description. By talking to these guys, you have maybe gotten some good intel here. So the door that Emily just pushed open is a big wooden door with a sticky sap-like substance around the edges. And she says, look up to the ceiling. And she points up into the ceiling in this small chamber. And you can see there's a sphincter-like opening up there. And it's dripping a weird kind of sap.
Well, I hate this. This is bad.
The
Did you
far
come
door,
through here?
No. We have just kind of explored it, found out a little about it. There's a similar room on another side of the complex, but that way is infested with beastmen. So, we believe that the far door won't open until this door is shut behind you, and then something is released from the ceiling.
Huddle up. Hey, listen.
Are you just going to talk to each other with us standing here?
You can be in the huddle.
You're welcome to huddle with us.
Jump in the
All
huddle.
of the
Do you want to get in the huddle?
Emily, and Emmy all enter the huddle.
All right. Listen, here's what I'm thinking. You said that we were in another part of this deep, and we were followed by a fox guy. Nice abs, gorgeous.
Really hot.
So,
And I'm
very good looking.
Yeah. Very sexy. We were all distracted. But I think that we've got two separate systems working here. We got a Beastman system on one side, right? You take you a pod, have a dog scratch it. Now you got a dog guy.
You got a beast factory
You get what I'm
going
saying?
on. Yeah.
But on this side, maybe this is for doing clean people.
It's an Emra factory.
You know, it's an Emmer factory on this side.
Oh, sorry. By the way, the name of the person from which you are all created is Emra.
Hence the M and
Yes, that is our
Emily.
name.
Yeah.
Sisters, we have discovered our name.
Hey, you're welcome. Here's a picture of you. You can
I
have this.
prefer
This is
to be
yours
called
now.
eldest sister.
That's honestly calling people by anything other than what they prefer to be called by is insane. So that's what we'll
Very
call
fair.
you.
All right, eldest sister.
Okay, so Beast Factory, Lady Factory. So
In
we're on the
theory.
Go in theory. Very. Listen,
Garmith, you're
I understand.
you're so disdainful of everything that's going on.
I'm businesslike.
I understand. Yes.
I understand, Garmith.
I really like you a lot. Let me be clear.
Who's the fastest of the six of us? Probably me.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Well, yeah, the 7-foot wolf.
Well, hold on. I mean, what's
Five
the,
of us should go to the other end of the room. I will close the door behind me and sprint as fast as I can. You may do your best to barrage whatever comes out of that anus in the ceiling. And I will try to make it to you
It's
as
gonna
fast
be
as
a
I possibly
big-
can.
beat, right?
I think it's going to be another mossy beast behemoth.
Maybe. But maybe it's a baby. Maybe it's just a sweet little baby.
What are the walls of
Be
this room
realistic.
made out- What are the walls
Get
of this
real.
room made out of?
You're looking into the small room. What do
Yeah.
the walls look like? They look like they are made of, like everything else, like green vegetation, thick, ropey strands that are so close together they form a solid wall.
And we have to go into the sphincter room and close the door behind us.
In order to open the door on the far side, that's correct.
There is a non-zero chance that I can move the wall.
Ooh.
But
I still think my
hope
plan
you-
is simple and set a rune behind you. Set a rune in between me and the middle of the room.
I'm not a rune factory. I can't do runes all day, y'all.
Why not? They work great. I
Because every
don't
time
understand.
I do it, I take so much effort, and I can't just do them for forever.
All
And
right,
if
how
I
about
do-
this?
If I do one more, it's gonna get very dark in here for everyone.
Let us
right, I
enter the
understand.
room. Garmouth, you can travel to the other side as swiftly as one can. And if anything dangerous poops from the ceiling,
Which it will.
I
You
will
will
handle it
shoot it
myself.
with an arrow.
Yes.
You're gonna handle it.
Yes.
so-
I will,
I think
No,
we should
leave
all
me at the
handle
door.
it.
Go.
Everyone needs to handle it. This is going to be a group effort where we plan an attack on whatever comes out of that thing. But Garmouth is right. First, everyone should get by the other door. Then,
All five of you to the other door now.
yeah, we do that, and we go through the gross honey, the butt
Wait,
honey.
did you shut the
ground.
door
we're
you
all,
came in
all
through?
waiting at the far door.
Did you shut the door
No.
you came in through? No. Okay.
No,
so
no, no,
if
not
you
yet.
if you
I'm
enter and
standing
you all
next
go
to
to
it
the far
open.
if you enter and you all go to the far door, nothing happens. But it definitely will. Like she's like, I don't believe it will open unless we shut the door we came in
Oh,
through.
wait. Who's got a rope?
I have a rope. I have a rope and a grappling hook.
This is
I
stupid.
have a rope and a
Why are we
grappling
having
hook.
a person close the door? Tie the thing to the door. We're gonna be.
Okay, how long is it from the front door to the back door?
About
The front door we came in.
About 30 feet.
My rope is 50 feet long. I'm gonna attach my grappling hook to the handle of the open door. I'm going to unroll all of my rope until we get to the final door. As everybody's ready to run as fast as they can.
Here's the plan.
Eldest sister
not
is
us.
ready.
You have the face of a parent who made a promise that they never thought they'd have to keep.
Listen, here's the thing. Maybe if there are angels watching from above, from some other world, maybe
Rotilda?
they'll know what comes out of that hole. But we're never gonna know because the second that door closes, we're going out that door and then we're closing it. So everyone in this room is making a promise to not know what comes out of that hole.
Correct.
Okay, let's
You'll
do
all
this.
run as fast as you possibly can through that open door. Who has their hands on the handle, ready to pull it open as soon as it unlocks?
Does it have thorns?
Does it have thorns?
It does not have thorns.
Okay.
Can I please notice the door for traps before we do this thing? The last time we opened some doors for funsies, I lost a
Rotilda
friend.
got, yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And with Trap Master, you get something extra for that. You
get an extra door.
you can re-roll any failed saving throw or skill check related to traps or snares.
Okay, so let's roll this notice, and it is an 8, and I believe my notice is at a 1, so that would be a 9.
So all I can tell you is that which one's the middle one? Emily is correct. There's some kind of like air suction thing going on here, where until you close the door you came in through, this one will not open. But it does not appear to be trapped.
Okay.
You ready to open the door?
I'm ready to
Yes.
never know what comes out of that hole.
We are not looking at the anus in the ceiling. Ready? Ugh, and I yank my grappling hook to slam closed the
And people aren't
front
looking
door.
at what happens. They're just pushing through the other door.
Oh no, I'm gonna look for sure.
Okay. You pull
I'm
it
not,
close. By
because-
the way, this is exactly how old school dungeoneering is supposed to work. Very good idea with the grappling hook. You slam it shut. The sphincter in the ceiling opens and green ooze sprays down with like some pressure, like, and it eats right through your rope. Smoke comes off your rope as acid rips your rope in twain. You now only have 30 feet of rope because 20 feet of it has been torn off by this acid that sprayed down. But not one of you had to make any kind of save to not be hit by this. You successfully are all able to push through the door on the
As
far
soon as
side.
we slammed the door, guys,
Very
it was
smart.
acid. It was acid. Acid came out of the door. I looked and it was acid. It was acid from the ceiling.
You looked. You said nobody was supposed to look.
No, but that was just to make sure that no one else dawdled, and I knew that I could do like a quick, just like sort of like quest for knowledge, and then close the door behind
Oh
it. It was
man,
fine.
You
and
have
your
trust
quest
issues.
for knowledge.
Thanks to you, wolf creature.
Yeah,
Thank
see,
you.
his name is Garmouth, by the way.
My name is Garmin, not a beast man. I'm a man who's also a beast.
It's an important distinction. What's in this room?
It was acid, just as I, Emily, theorized. Yes.
You could have said something beforehand if you had theorized that.
This
Sharing
room
theories
is
with the
dominated
group.
by a huge tree-like structure with man-sized green pods dangling from its branches.
No.
Man.
There is
size.
a panel of nodules and appendages off to one side of the room, and beside that is a basin filled with loam or soil.
And this is we are gathering that this is the apparatus from
This
the
is
freeze.
this is the Emerald Factory. Look at these
Oh
things.
yeah. Pull one of those pods, throw it in that dirt over there, and then what do you get? An emerald. Just crawling
There
out
is
like
a door
like
on the far
potato.
side. There's a
Or an
door on the
insect.
far side and another basin off over on that side near that door.
Why is that basin different?
It does look different. It appears to be like there's something on it. Like just in the weird light that you have here, It looks stained.
I want to look at that basin at the stain.
You're walking over there?
I'm sneaking over there.
All right. So that basin is stained with what appears to be dried blood.
Where was your Croth killed?
He was. We believe that our sister killed him here. Look, and she uses her torch to point to the ground where there was a pool of blood, long dried, that you didn't notice before. But something has dragged him away. Perhaps one of the Beastmen.
Can I illuminate this room? I thought I was already, but if I'm not, I'd like to know.
Yeah, you can illuminate the room, and now you can see very clearly a stain on the floor, stain in one of the basins, another basin filled with soil, and the strange tree-like structure with the man-sized pods hanging from it.
Okay, so I have a couple of theories.
All right.
So, one...
More theories, delightful.
What would you like to do, Garbeth?
I don't have any ideas.
Well, is the blood on the basin the byproduct of sacrificing something to make it work?
Does it look violent? Yeah. Does it look like it's splattered, like in?
It looks very controlled. Actually, it looks like it's kind of like in a big dot.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. My other thought was: is the blood accidentally in this basin mixing up all of the magic? Is it messing with it? But now I think it's probably part of the machine, right?
Purposeful.
Yeah. So do we want to plant this mantis egg in this loam and sort of just like...
I think that's a very bad idea.
Okay, I just wanted to say it out loud to just check. Well, to see this just feels like where it's supposed to go based on what the big pictures showed us.
Right.
Emra, could it be possible, whichever one of you is Emra? All of you.
Emra.
You're all Emra. Is it possible that one of your sisters, this is your blood, and this is what's been making you?
I don't know. We've been in this room before, and I can tell you shouldn't touch that basin. It will prick you and take a bit of your blood.
Well, thank you very much for telling us that.
Okay.
We've never been able to. We've never been able to operate this thing. And she looks up at the tree-like structure.
Oh, well, I can tell you why that is. It's because you didn't put the little pod in the other one. You see, you put
Perhaps
the little pod.
Would work.
You put the pod there, and you put the blood there, and that's how you grow an Emra, or an Emily, or an oldest sister, or an Emmy.
How very interesting.
Now, I don't know. So I guess this mantis egg was probably used with the blood of another outsider
Mantis.
to make one of these guys.
There are doors here, right?
There's a door on the far side. And in fact, now that you're looking at that door, you see that that tubes come out of the big tree-like machine and go through the wall over there.
Shall we continue our journey of knowledge and understanding and healing, perhaps?
I do believe that should be our next step. We'll keep this room in mind, but I don't see any further use of it at the moment.
Yeah, until we come back to put the egg in there and figure out what happens. Yes, but for now, let's go through the door. We all agree.
You push open this door, and it's a big... well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed that you push it open. Do you push it open?
Does it have vines for handles?
Does it have thorns?
It doesn't. It looks exactly like the doors you just came through.
Let's
Then
push
yes,
it
I
open.
will open it.
It is a room exactly like the trapped room you just came out of. The one that tried to pour acid down on you.
Oh, they said you could get to this room from two places. So through that door is Beastman. And actually, can I confirm that that's true? Can I
With
see
the
if I see
girls?
a bunch of heat signatures or anything?
You actually see a very small heat signature moving around at like floor level in the room that's
No
past-
snakes,
past
mice,
this airlock.
mice, snakes, something small, bad on the floor. No,
Can I eat it?
probably.
Can you eat it?
Are you hungry? We have rations.
I'm always hungry.
You know what? We'll find out what's in all of these rooms after the break. We're going to take a short break. I was so into playing, I forgot we have to have a word for our sponsors. We'll be right back, and we'll find out what's in every single room in this dungeon with the time that remains when we come back to the Game Garage on the Glass Cannon Network. And we're back at the Game Garage on the Glass Cannon Network, playing Worlds Without Number, and our three heroes, Garmuth, Jazz, and Corby, have been exploring the strange deep in the Edgewood in New Voth, and you are deep in the complex now. You've been here for 2 episodes. Here you are in a room with a strange apparatus you think is being used to clone creatures out in the wood, or clone these women, these copies of the barmaid Emra that you've met, and you're looking into another airlock type room like the one you just passed through that sort of sprays acid on you. That's either end of this room has like a room that sprays acid, and those are the only 2 doors into this room. What would you like to do?
Something just occurred to me. If Beastmen are currently being cranked out, who is doing it? If this is the machine that does it, unless there's another one on the other side of the place.
Everybody make a notice roll.
I don't know what I rolled.
6.
6, 7. Thank God for you. I got an 8.
An 8. Corby, you're the one asking the question, and you're the only one that notices that you can hear something sloshing through those tubes that were reaching into the from the apparatus into the other room.
From the room we're looking into currently, right?
So it looks like those tubes run through this airlock room as well into the chamber beyond.
So we ought to go through this bad airlock room.
Well, I can tell you that it sounds like something is sloshing through those tubes right now. And
something's coming our way.
It's coming.
Suddenly the apparatus behind you sort of starts to kind of move and undulate. The different, ferns and pods on it start to shake and move. And one of those pods is slowly lowering toward the floor of the chamber.
Okay, do we want to let this happen and see who comes to check on it?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's hide then.
Hide.
Okay.
What I really want to do is I want to break those pipes. Is that possible? Can I reach them somehow?
They're kind of high up on the wall. Are you all hiding right now?
I think we should hide and wait to see who comes to check on this.
And you want the Emras to hide with you?
Yes. Yeah, everybody hide.
Okay, everybody roll a sneak check.
Hell yeah. That's a
6.
11.
That's an 11 minus 1, 10.
Okay. Who got it? Someone got a 6 though. It hardly matters because the Emras are all arguing with you. No, we don't do. Right. And as you watch, the pod bursts open, and out of it comes a humanoid with a really built body, but the head of a squirrel.
Kill it. I attack it.
Okay, you attack it before it gets up and gets to do anything?
Absolutely, I attack it instantly.
Okay, go ahead and just, for the hell of it, make an attack roll. It's definitely surprised. It just came to life, yeah.
17. Oh, plus 4. 20. 21.
Yeah, you rip it open. Garmin. Kill it.
Absolutely, I've killed this thing.
Oh,
sorry.
You have done it.
Okay. Do you think something is going to come check on this, or are they just pumping out monsters?
We can wait and find out to see if something was coming to check on it, but I think this machine just makes monsters.
We got to go through this airlock chamber. We have to go through.
I really want to try and destroy those pipes so that it can't make any more monsters. Or
I may be able to help you there. It has to drop pods into this basin thing, right? That's like part of it.
It didn't drop them into the basin. The basin nearby has like soil in it, and then there's the one that had the blood in it, but it dropped them to the floor. It like lowers the pod to the floor.
Okay.
Pods are already ready, and they just take some sort of catalyst from these pipes.
If we get to the other room, I'm fairly certain that, I mean, I might be able to do it from here, but here's the thing with magic. I get so tired after I do it that after I do it, I can't do it again. So I can probably move this ceiling to break this pipe. But if I do, then I can't do any other magic that we might need after we get to the other side of this room. So let's put a pin in the break the pipe plan.
Perhaps we can see where the pipes go and
break that,
destroy them on the other side.
More pipes go into other rooms. We need to break the big one.
Right. Fair.
In this room that looks like the airlock version of the acid room, is it exactly the same? There's like stuff on the floor.
And a sphincter on the ceiling?
Sorry, there's, yes, this room looks identical.
Except there's a creepy crawly or something on the ground. Can we see if we can see what that is now?
That was a heat signature you saw beyond this room.
That's in the room we're going into.
Yeah, the room beyond the airlock.
Oh, it's a squirrel. It's a squirrel.
Oh, not anymore. It's not. Oh, I think
actually, if you look with your, do you still have your heat eyes on?
Yeah, turn your heat eyes.
They've been
there are still small heat signatures moving around in that other room.
There's a bunch of fucking animals in this room. We got to deal with this. Is a bomb waiting to go off.
This thing's
You're
just
right.
a broken weapon factory.
I have 30 more lengths of rope on my grapple hook. Everybody get to the other side of the room.
Yeah. All right. Come on. The sisters.
Same procedure as before?
Same procedure as
sisters
before.
Gonna come with us?
Are all the sisters going to come? That's up to you.
I'm inviting
Oh, they
them.
should come with us. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they all come to the far side of the room. You grapple. Well, actually, you're going to have to tie it off or something this time because your grappling hook was lost back in the other room.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'll just tie it in a knot on the handle of the door. And
so you only have 30 feet of rope now. You had 50 before. You do it again. Boom, pull.
Yeah, you guys can watch if you want to this time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody goes, yay! As it eats through your
Someone
rope.
sings the Bellagio fountain song.
Yes, and I think that you only have 10 feet of rope now, but the door does open into this room that these tubes are coming out of.
I don't know how these people use this room. This feels impossible. What, are they just carrying rope around with them everywhere they go?
there's probably a switch somewhere that we just didn't
Oh,
notice.
I guess if you're not in the middle of the room, it doesn't really matter, right? Because like,
Perhaps if you're at an edge.
Or if you got a clone to close the other door while you open this one,
That
then
just
be in
kills
the
your
middle there.
clone.
Or
No, you just stand right next to the
Prestige
door.
situation.
or perhaps the beings that once dwelt here were immune,
We're immune
to the acid.
I hate that.
was that Emily? That sounds like an Emily thing to say.
It was me, Emily.
I thought it was you, Emily. Emily,
So
you
smart.
I can't tell your voices apart. It all sounds like the same person.
Yes, but here's how you tell.
We
if
are
it's,
the same
If it's
person.
happy,
You
it's
are the same
M.
person.
If it's depressing, it's the oldest sister. And if it sounds like someone who's interested in like the goings on of things, that's Emily.
It's Emily. All right, good to know. Starting to keep track of you. Starting to feel like we're a weird family here.
Almost like some sort of wolf king.
Jazz.
Septet?
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 These this room is covered in flowers. And they are in certain like spaces along the wall, like different types of flowers in different spaces along the wall.
Are there any bluebells in a triangle?
They're not in a triangle, but in a different sort of formation. It looks like there's like 30 different little flower configurations along the walls, and then there are little cubbies along the floor at floor height underneath where the flowers are.
Oh, what's in those cubbies?
The tubes come out of like, in those cubbies are thorny geometrical little balls.
Oh, you've seen these before.
Yeah, these guys go out into the forest, they roll around, they
they
get blood from
prick
animals,
something.
they bring it back here, they put that blood in the basin. Okay, so we
Pump into the tube, into the pod. Boop
Beastman.
goes the pod. Beastman.
Where do the tubes?
And as you're watching, one of those little things like rolls in from somewhere outside. You're not quite sure where it came from.
Nope.
Crush,
Are you gonna crush it? Yes.
Yeah.
Nope. No, yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Where's it rolling to? Where's it rolling to?
It's rolling toward the cubby holes on the bottom.
Okay, yeah, crush it. Crush it instantly. Kill that thing.
What is that?
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 4.
Jazz, you throw something at it and you miss. But luckily, Garmuth is there to just rip it to shreds.
I just step on it with my claw feet.
Hot blood explodes from the little sack in its center.
I'm gonna sniff the blood, and with my wolfy senses, I want to see if I can tell what blood it is.
Oh, very interesting. Let's see. It is hedgehog blood.
It's hedgehog blood. It's hedgehog blood.
Okay,
Everyone.
so there's 30 little slots for these things to roll in out of the forest and lock into.
That's right.
Yes.
And some of them are filled right now, and some of them are empty.
And that is the only sort of mechanism in this. There's like pipes sticking up from all of them into the ceiling.
Yes, and then the pipes kind of wind together, and they form tubes that lead over into the other room that you were in.
Oh, great! They all wind together in one sort of big area.
Yeah, into one kind of clump of cable that leads into the other area.
Okay.
So we could destroy that, and it would stop the process of making Beastmen, but you'd be done doing magic for the rest of the day.
The rest of my life, I'm pretty sure. But in this,
the rest of your life.
In this room, if this room is the only thing that does that, then yes. That is the only machinery we see in here, though, so I'm not sure what else to do, how to break this thing down.
Can I peek into one of the little vine balls that's already in a cubby? Is its blood sac already gone?
Right. So you peek at one, and it looks like its blood sac is empty, right? It's like all shriveled. It's like a balloon with no air in it.
Okay.
These things, so what's making these, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? If we can break this pipe, then these things can roll around and keep pricking things to their life's content. Nothing's going to happen.
And it doesn't matter.
I would not like to have more of these things rolling around because they deeply suck. Again, one of them touched me one time and I lost a fifth of my entire life.
Yeah.
But I think
Perhaps, hello, it's me, Emily.
I knew it was you, Emily. What's up?
Emily, you sound so intelligent.
I have vague memories of Croft manipulating the apparatus in the other room. Perhaps he's turned something on, and if we manipulate that tree in the other room, we can turn it off.
There was a wall full of panels and appendages. We need to go to the wall full of panels and appendages.
Does that mean we gotta go?
Or you could just pop this pipe, as Corby is saying.
On the one
hand,
third
thing.
Could we turn it off? Sure. Do we know how to do that? No. If we turn it off, can it be turned back on? Yes.
Yes.
If we break it, can it be fixed? Maybe not.
Probably not. I just worry about you losing all of your magic.
I'll be fine. I'm super powerful in other ways. Like, I got great ideas. I got this mantis pod.
You do have good ideas. You're an excellent teammate, I have to say. I've known you very long.
I'm a little bit curious to know what comes out of this pod.
No, we know what comes out of the pod. It's a mantis.
Big mantis statue.
A mantis guy.
A mantis comes out of the statue.
And that, I mean, they ruled this forest. Like, maybe they're super intelligent.
Oh, man. What if,
They ruled this forest. Evil creatures from outer space
We don't know
ruled
that.
this forest.
We don't know if
and
they're evil.
Oh, we definitely know they're evil. Outsiders are evil. They hate humans by definition.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, actually.
I am.
Okay, let's try to turn this machine. Well, hold on. Are we going to have to go back to this acid room again?
Right.
Do we have to go back through the acid room?
You do, and you now only have 10 feet of rope.
When the acid sprays down, does it spray, like, over the door?
No, it doesn't spray the doors. That's why you were able to kind of stand on one side of the room and...
But, like, even where the door is closed.
So could I close the door and wait for the acid to stop? And then pass through?
Oh, you mean stay... I think I understand you.
Stay where you are closing the door.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you could.
Now that we've observed it, we've seen it.
We see
Right.
where it is.
Yeah, you could.
Guys, I don't know, man. Do you feel like we should maybe ask one of these Emers to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're clones, baby. Yeah,
There's one of them that doesn't want to live anyway.
Right. Like, she just like, call me eldest sister. And what is the role of an eldest sister but to protect her younger siblings? So I say,
I'm convinced.
why don't we go to the other side and we let M close the door, and if she so chooses, she can follow it, after the acid drops.
Are we going to have to walk through acid, or is the acid gone now from the last time it came down?
The acid is all over the floor, slowly draining.
Oh, it drains. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it drains. So by the time we go across, it should be gone, and then she'll just have to wait in the room until the acid drains again to come out.
We're going to come back here anyway.
You guys are discussing it for a while when one of those balls rolls up to you and attacks you.
God.
It rolls in from somewhere outside, rolls up to, let's see which one of you. Rolls up to Garmuth and attacks. It's sort of a surprise because you were busy talking. Garmuth, what's your AC?
What did you roll? It's a 13.
It hit you with a 13. It pricks you for 1 damage, and then starts rolling over to one of the cubbies in the wall.
God damn it.
Absolutely
ball.
not.
Okay.
I'm going to attack it.
Roll initiative, because that was sort of a surprise attack it got.
7.
And it rolled an 8. So it rolls on its turn and goes into one of the cubbies, and you watch as the little balloon of blood shrinks and fluid goes up into the pipes in the building.
I'd like to go first.
Okay, your turn. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like the ceiling to... Well, I guess I have to ask if I can do this. I have a spell, my 4 spells that I have and can use one, called Elemental Favor, where you get to ask non-sentient, like earth, fire, air, whatever. Does that work on what these walls are made of?
Well, these walls are not earth. They are not air. They are not fire, and they are not water. They are living vegetation.
Okay.
Plants are mostly water.
I was gonna say they got water in them. I mean,
Plants have water in them.
That's the whole swamp bending arc.
That's a very interesting point.
The Last Airbender.
That's great. I say, well, it's a shame these aren't earth. And someone says, these are water. And I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, thank you. That's smart. I would like to use that to have these vines that have grown together to be a wall basically go around this pipe and just like cinch it done to the point where the pipe snaps.
Okay, the pipe itself is made out of vegetation, so you're
I'm just closing it. I'm just
closing
snapping
it.
Just ripping it apart. Yeah.
Are you casting it now?
I'm casting it now.
You cinch the pipe, and the blood that was going up from that little drone hits where you've cinched it because you did it so quickly. And it is stopped before it reaches the machine. But after you have cinched this pipe, you notice that along both directions it starts to get kind of brown. And cracks start to open in it.
Yeah, guys, this is going to blow up pretty quick.
That brown kind of coloration is sort of spreading toward the room with the apparatus.
Let's go. Let's leave. The other way. The other direction. If it destroys the apparatus, good.
There are exits. There is the airlock kind of room that sprays the acid, but there is apparently another exit on the south wall of this room.
Oh. Yeah.
Emily?
Let's exit. Emily, do you know where this door goes?
I'm afraid it may go into the areas the Beastmen inhabit.
So back to the acid room, definitely, right?
That room's going to... the room with the apparatus is going to explode.
And I want to see what happens when it does.
All right, run!
Okay, are you going to go through the acid room?
You know where it's probably a good place to be right now is the acid room.
Why?
We just wait there until whatever's going on in there is done.
Yeah, we'll wait till we hear the boom, and then we cross.
All right, I'm in.
All right, so everybody's running into the acid room.
Do not close the door.
You do not shut the door,
Do
okay?
not
And you're
close the door.
waiting in here, right?
We're just chilling out.
Okay. So you wait, and boy, you know your actions have been unanticipated by me. This is an interesting tactic. So you're waiting in there with all the emeralds, and soon you hear and thunk, 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 thunk against the door leading into the room with the apparatus.
Okay. This actually could be good for us.
I would.
Does it sound human?
It sounds maybe Beastman, maybe human. It's hard to tell through the thick door.
Okay. Can we enter the sphincter room?
You're in it right now.
We're in
Right,
it.
we're in there, right? If we close the door behind us, and this thing opens that door,
Acid comes down
Won't
on
it
this
get-
thing.
it won't
Yeah.
get acid bath.
Correct.
If
I
it
think
runs in, yeah.
If it runs in, yes.
I
So
say, let's
everybody press yourself
Everyone stay
against
here.
our
Close
wall.
the door,
back up
baby.
against the wall. Get back up against the wall.
So
Okay.
you guys are in the room with the drones that took the blood samples. You're
Yes.
all up against that door,
Yes.
and that door is open right now or shut.
It is
thought we
open
were
right now.
in- I
I'm
thought we
about
were
to
in-
close it.
So when they
thought we
come
were in the sphincter
right?
room.
So when they come in, you'll activate the trap. Is basically what you're
Yes,
saying.
but we're still in the trap
Well,
room.
they can't come in until we close the door. These
That's
doors only
correct.
open one at a time.
You
so
got it.
second we open this,
Close.
we close this door, and that door opens. That would set off the trap.
Yeah. And we're staying in the trap room to watch this happen.
Correct.
This is so funny. So the chain of cause and effect here has to be carefully tracked. So right now, the door is open out into what we're going to call the sample room, the room where they
Sample
took
room.
samples. Okay.
Yes.
The room where it's sampled.
If you shut that door, the door into the apparatus room, or let's call it the cloning room,
Is unlocked.
Cloning room.
will be unlocked and they'll be able to come in. But the trap actually won't go off until they shut that door behind them, right?
They're nuts. They're never gonna shut that door.
They're never gonna shut that door. So right now they just can't get in. Because our door is
That's right.
open.
They just can't get in. Help me! Dunk, 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 dunk.
It's human.
Yeah, but it's not good. We gotta kill it.
Okay, I would like to go into the sphincter room.
We're in
In
this- yeah.
the acid room. The room
Yeah.
where the
You're in
acid
it.
should drop.
We're
I
in
think
it.
I think
We're in
you gotta lurk in the corner. I'm gonna close this door. They'll open the door. They probably won't close it behind them, but you can
They probably
come.
won't.
Okay,
But
okay,
I'm gonna ready
okay.
I'm gonna ready my bow.
I'm gonna
and we're
ready my
gonna s-
claws
Yes.
on either
And
side
with-
of the door.
Yes. And as long as we don't close that door, no acid should drop.
Correct.
So we're gonna go in and close our door so they can open that door.
Correct.
Colby, yeah. So Jazz and I are set on either side of the cloning room door. Colby, close our door.
All right. I do.
Are the emeralds going to stay in here?
I didn't.
They're going to stay out
Emeralds?
in the sample room.
Okay,
Whatever
they
you
can stay
like.
in the sample room.
Okay. So you're going to close the door and let these guys in. Mm-hmm. Okay. You close the door. The other door immediately flies open. In stumble. They are skinless.
They?
Yes, there are 4 of them. They are dripping with weird vegetable pus, and they are missing eyes, and they're missing limbs. They are unfinished clones, and they are angry and wrathful
Let
as
them
they
come to
stumble
me.
and screaming and
Yeah,
gnashing
yeah.
their teeth. And they
Holler
are
at 'em.
all going toward Corby. They are all going toward Corby, and now we must roll initiative, though. Unless, did you guys have a trap set? Were you about to do something the second they come through?
I was about to scream when they get to the middle of the room, close the door.
Right. Okay, I think that because you set up that trap carefully, I have to respect that. So if that doesn't work, or if something's still left to do after that, that's when we'll roll initiative, okay?
Okay.
So they immediately, there's no reason they wouldn't rush for Corby.
Yeah.
They get into the center of the room.
And
Corby?
I slam the door behind them.
You slam the door behind them. The sphincter immediately sprays acid down on them, and it does.
Are they immune? Please don't say they're immune.
All clones are immune to acid.
Well, let's just see.
Acid covered.
Guys, I have a plan.
It does 3 damage to all 4 of them.
That's great.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
No, now we have to roll initiative.
Okay. 6.
And they rolled 2. You guys get to go first.
Great. I
go.
open the door, and then I close the door again.
Acid sprays down again.
Yes, the genius. He's more than just spells, baby.
Oh, he's still useful. Yes.
You just did 4 damage to all of them. They each had 7 HP altogether.
Okay, I mean,
You
if that
spray
didn't
them
work,
with acid and you watch as they dissolve.
The door behind me.
Listen, we all get one turn to open and close the door.
One of them looks like an old man, and as he dissolves, he goes, and a bit of purple energy sort of glows from its fingers, but then the acid, makes his fingers drip off in a pool of blood and bile, and then he collapses to the
They
ground.
melted a magic man before I could ask him how magic works, and I still don't know.
That was Croft, my love. We don't want to know how his magic works.
Oh, you're right.
Don't worry.
So,
your magic is perfect, Wade.
Thank you. I don't think I can do it again today.
That's all right. You're still very good at other things. You have great ideas.
brilliantly done. And so there's a big pool of acid that's slowly draining, and a pile of like entrails and skin and bones that used to be these unfinished clones.
Where do we go from here? Have we explored every single room in this place?
No, there's so many more rooms. There's a horrible B room. There's those 2 tunnels on the other side of it.
I totally forgot about the horrible B room.
There's this one that's got
tunnels
the big
off the
tree.
flower doors. Oh, yeah, there's a lot in there.
I think that this particular Beastman crisis might be behind us.
Well, you've definitely... It appears that you've broken the machine that's making clones.
Let's go in the Beastman room. Oh, well, no, they're still alive.
Well, I would say let's go back in this tree
the way
room
we
and
came.
see what else is going on here.
Okay, back where we came.
So you go back through there.
we should probably
I tell the Emeralds what we're
tell
doing.
the
Like, you know how to
sisters to
deal with
come
this
with
acid
us.
room, right?
Yeah, everybody can deal with the acid room, and now you go back into the clone room, and you see that basically the tree released all of its pods, and they all popped open on the floor.
And some of them were Croth the Defiler.
Some of them were
That
Croft.
sneaky fuck. He might still be alive in here somewhere.
I bet he is. I want to
yeah,
kill
that's
him.
That's what I do.
If he
Take
cloned
a bunch
himself
of
one time, he
clones.
definitely cloned himself more than one time.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you sure? We definitely saw the spear go all the way through his neck.
Yeah, but
You
there's
saw
like,
the spear go through all of one of his necks.
Right.
There might be another one of him.
yeah, you don't even know if the one that you were dealing with was the first one.
That's a very good point.
Oh, man.
And then the depressed one says, "Nothing is real. Everything is like a dream, a nightmare."
You 3 need to get out of here and go live
And
life
go to
that isn't
therapy.
in here.
Yeah, this place is bad for you.
You have a sister out there with a horse.
Yeah.
And if she saw you, I'm sure she would love you.
And
She's been living in society for months.
and there's a town nearby that definitely needs a bartender because one of them just quit and rode away.
You don't even have to stay together if you don't, but you have family on the outside. There's something to live for.
Let us explore for a way out of this place.
No.
The
We'll
curse
show you
has
how to
been
get.
lifted.
No, it's still. I cannot stress this enough. So dangerous in here. So
There's
like
still a
I can
giant
draw you a
moss
map on
guardian
how.
out there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, you have to stay with us. You cannot
don't
go.
wanna see that
out.
guy.
Yeah.
He's very big.
Very well, we'll stay.
Okay. Is there another way out of this room?
Out of the clone room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's just those 2 airlocks. The ones
So-
the acid rooms, 2
It's
acid
either
rooms.
forward or back to the Moss Guardian.
You
No,
can
those
go.
are
You
room
can
in
so
between.
from here. Just to remind you, so
Yeah.
there's 2 acid rooms on either side of this cloning room,
We love
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
and then there's the sample room, which had an exit out of it that you haven't taken.
That was probably the Beastman land.
That they said led to the part of the complex that's run by the Beastmen, or you could go, out the original airlock you came through, back into that room where you met the Emrys, back into that sort of place that had all the rooms with the weird art objects in them.
Oh, and the rooms and the right.
Where we sprung the trap on the Emrys and
Right.
Yeah,
that
we
has
didn't
some
valuable
explore-
stuff that we did not take.
We didn't
One in the
explore
front,
any
one
of
in
the
the back.
rooms.
2 on each side.
Maybe one of those rooms had another exit or another place to explore.
I think that's the way to go.
All right.
Particularly because we didn't get to explore it. That's where they were exploring too. So now that we've broken one of these big, horrible machines,
All right.
Yeah.
we can explore in peace. I'm sure there's no more bad things in this deep.
No more bad things can happen to us.
There can't be, right? There just simply can't be. Okay.
The last time I let my guard down emotionally, Rotilda died.
Yeah, I was on the 5th floor. We'd done 4 successful floors.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have not forgotten.
As we shouldn't.
So,
Make her
You-
memory live on.
you enter back into the room that we're going to call the palace, because it has all the, valuable things in it. You can explore it as you will. You come back. I'm going to say that the acid rooms are no problem for you now. You've rigged a way to get around that trap. You enter, and there are 5 doors here, and one of them leads out to the hall with the giant rampaging Hulk.
We don't go through that door.
Not going that way.
Not that door. And we did one of them that had all the art
Expensive
stuff in it.
wooden objects.
Yep, I want those. I'm taking all those.
You may have them. Money means nothing to me.
So,
Me neither. They're just very pretty.
if you take one, they're very large. If you take one object, your speed goes down to 20 feet. If you take 2 objects, your speed goes down to 15 feet.
They're too heavy. I leave them all here.
Excellent choice,
Fair
my
enough.
friend.
Fair enough.
Weren't you telling me that the last time you decided to take loot was the same time your friend died?
Well, we
your
had a bunch of big books that
wonderful,
we
incredible
left.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of books that we still haven't read that we left in the tavern for later. But we,
Oh, let's go and read some books.
and we can't read them because we don't speak the language they're written in. But we bet someone does.
Perhaps.
But in the meantime, let
Let's
us
explore.
Something for
Explore
another
these.
time, another adventure. So you look through these rooms, other than the one that leads out into the Great Hall with the Hulk, and they are all just filled with these art objects. There's enough where, you could make a fortune if you could find a marketplace to sell these in. For example, if you took them to Clarum in Nuvoth, you think that you could make something like 1,000 silver.
That's what's up.
But they're
Well,
pretty
Well,
heavy.
perhaps when all of the ruckus dies down, we can come back and raid this palace for all it's worth.
It's probably a good idea to just review the status of the entire deep and your adventure, because we've come to close to the end of our episode, but we can go on for a while. But it looks like you have stopped the cloning apparatus from operating anymore, which is a huge boon to the forest and the silk farm and everything. In fact, I will go ahead now and give you each 3 XP for doing that.
Wow, that's 1 XP shy of the XP we need to be
But there
level
is still
3.
a threat, right? There are still living beastmen somewhere out there. So you can
And
decide.
perhaps Croth.
And
Perhaps Croth, yes. The complex still has threats in it. So there is no wrong answer. You can just continue to explore. That's absolutely fine. But I just thought it would be good to review what we have done and before we decide our next step.
I'm all for exploring, but my exploration has a purpose. I want to find Croth, my maker, and kill him.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at too.
Agreed. So what say we venture deeper into the deep, into where the Beastman may be? Mm-hmm. I would assume if there is a Croth that he's probably hiding on the other side of those Beastmen.
I would be hiding from Beastman if I was Croth.
Would you hide from Beastmen, or would you hide within Beastmen because you control them?
I don't think he's found a way to control these things. They're busting out. They're going wild all over the forest. They're eating silkworm stuff.
That's a good point.
Also, if I think we're probably dealing with a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone situation here.
So Croth might not be
as
sharp as he once was.
That would be my bet.
And we're not going in that room with that Hulk again. And we gotta find another way out.
So we only have two options, right?
We can't go out the way we came in.
If this palace does not have another exit or option, then our only options are the room with the Hulk behind us, or the portal into the land of the Beastmen.
Guess it's time to kill some Beastmen.
Let's go kill some
There is
Beastmen.
no option, in my mind.
Okay.
There is no Beastman that scares me except for the one within my heart.
So you retrace your steps back through the acid rooms, back through the clone room, back
go to
into the
Beastman land.
sample room, and there is an exit out of the sample room leading to the south.
Now
Correct.
I am fully looking for heat signatures at all times from now on.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
Looking through this south corridor right now, and you are limited somewhat by distance with your heat signatures.
like 30
Right now,
feet,
you are
yeah.
reading at least one human-sized heat signature. If you
let's
follow
eat
this
'em.
corridor southward.
Let's
Yeah, we
eat him up.
got a Beastman right there. Can we get the jump on him?
All right, let's sneak. Or can I just sneak? Or
you
like
good
me
at
and
it?
Jazz? Me and
wanna
Jazz
try
are
it?
good at sneaking.
Here's the thing.
Execution
Jazz is
attack?
very good at sneaking. He's a
I'm
literal
insane.
assassin.
I'm an expert in sneaking.
Both of you freaking sneak it up. I'll stay back here and not make loud noises with my big armor.
You
My
go
sneak
sneak.
My sneak
Your
is
sneak
insane.
is-
I roll
By the
3d6
way, in the
and then I
sample
drop
room,
the lowest one.
You're
and
still
then
in the
I add
sample.
one.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, your sneak is excellent, Garmouth. The Emeralds, by the way, tell you they found an exit out of the sample room out into the forest.
Oh.
There is a tiny hole on one wall down near the floor that leads out into the forest.
Well,
Out into the Croth would not be out in the forest.
here's the thing.
No, but
you
we
three,
may leave now.
you could if you
get
want
it.
to. And if
Well,
you
the sisters-
do, can we give them vague directions to the town?
Yeah. And vague directions of like where Emra on
Very
Leonard
vague.
headed. And hope that they meet each other in somewhere in life out there.
Here's what I'm worried about. They're going to show back up at this town where everyone was already like, you're a witch. Now I want you to picture what happens when 3 identical versions of that person walk into this town. You 3 have survived in this forest deep for a long time. You seem actually pretty competent and good at
Competent.
stuff. I'm going to suggest
Avoid that town like the plague.
avoid that town. And 2 of you need to have a haircut so that you need to not tell people that you're the same person. That's going to go over badly.
They're
So
all
what we
nodding
have-
in unison as they listen to you.
Okay, great.
We have something called triplets. That's what you are. You're not sisters, you're triplets.
You're triplets. And here's actually this picture of you. This is yours.
That's
and-
your mother.
And she's a warrior. And you take it from there. That's sort of all I've got.
Yeah,
Thank you for
throw
your
some
help.
braids in, maybe. Someone throw a couple braids in. Maybe someone gets bangs.
Yeah, someone gets
You know.
bangs. Someone does
Someone
like one of
gets
those
bangs.
cool
Ooh, I
where
would
you
love
shave
bangs.
Like, yeah, I
A
can
little
tell you.
undercut.
And then an undercut.
Emmy do the bangs and an undercut. It's
Emmy,
gonna be
for
good.
sure. So find
great.
Emra, find Leonard, find your family.
We're gonna
Escape
go.
this place.
We're gonna go kill.
We're going to Beastman Land.
Croth.
We're going to kill Father.
Thank you, heroes.
Oh, okay.
You are heroes.
We're the Wolf King Jazz Trio.
You have released us from this curse. And they exit through. They have to crawl on all fours to go through the little hole that the small drone things go through. And they crawl out into the forest. And they're going to avoid the town, as you said. And now you are looking down the corridor toward that one heat signature, but because you've talked to the Emerus for a while, it is now 2 heat signatures.
Okay.
There's two of them now.
All right, Jazz, sneak with me. That's a 9. That's a 10.
It is a 9 for me.
Let's see how these things are doing notice-wise.
You're 2 good rolls.
I'm going to roll for each of them.
As you should.
All right. So, are you guys shoulder to shoulder in lockstep, or is one of you going first?
If it looks like there are heat signatures on a left and a right, like one of us should be on the left and one should be on the right. Like we're taking
Who's on
one
the left
each.
and who's on the right?
I am. Okay, so Garmith is on my right, so I am to the left of Garmith.
Yeah.
Okay. You come up and you see 2. You really hear because it's very dark in this direction. Mm-hmm. But you hear like and like beastmen sort of talking to each other, and you can see, you can feel more than even see 2 kind of shadowy shapes ahead of you in the dark, and you may now make an execution attack, Jazz, meaning you just roll your weapon skill, which I think for you would be shoot, and if it's successful, you immediately murder the one on the left.
That would be a 9.
And you're
a 9.
You're an expert. You can also re-roll once per scene, which I don't think you have done so far.
No, it's got to be a non-combat.
Oh, right.
And it doesn't matter anyway because 9 is successful. So, or you throw a blade. Is that what happens, Jazz?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I can do any of those things. It's like I can do a ranged attack, or it doesn't have to be a blade. I can shoot.
Well, what was it? What was it?
Oh, I'm gonna throw that dagger.
Yeah, you throw a dagger, and it's so dark, but you hear thunk. However, right beside you at exactly the same time, Garmith, you're approaching the beast on the right, and as you get a little bit close, don't bother sneaking anymore, Garmith, because the thing turns around and begins to fight with you.
All right.
It did very well in its notice roll. Roll initiative.
4.
4 as well. Roll again.
5.
7. It gets to attack first.
Son of a bitch.
Horrible thing with a big flopping tail tries to rip into you.
Hot? Abs? Not hot. This one's horrible.
And it rolls a 4 on its attack. And it misses you.
Hit. Yeah, that does not hit.
It's your turn, and in fact, it's your entire team's turn. So I think, Corby, you definitely hear combat going on down the hall. Jazz, you're right there beside her, so you see what's happened. What would you guys like to do? Let's start with whoever you like.
I was gonna just slash at him, but my attack roll was too low. But since I'm an adventurer, which is part expert, part warrior, right?
Right.
Does that mean I still get that warrior class ability?
Guess what? You don't. Your partial warrior just gives you the better hit points and the better attack bonus.
Okay. All right, then my attack bonus, with my attack bonus, my attack was 7.
7 is not enough to hit this creature. So its claws and chattering like buck teeth, blunt your claws, and that does not do it. Jazz or Corby, what would you like to do?
I look at Jazz and I'm like,
let me take a shot. It's right. How close is it? Is it
it's
like right on top of
near
us?
you? You killed the buddy that it was talking to. Ah! music starts to reverberate through the halls. It's right there, Jazz.
All right, so I'm going to stab with my. I have throwing knives, but I also have the dagger, and I will stab with the dagger.
Okay. Give me
so
an attack roll.
11 plus. I always do this, right? It's 11 plus 2, so it's 13. Correct.
That is a hit.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. And then 1d6 for damage.
A dagger actually does less. I think it does 1d4 plus strength, your strength modifier.
8. Okay. D4. What's the strength? What's the strength modifier? Is nothing, Eddie. All right, let's see. 2.
2. Okay. You definitely stab it. You hear it hiss at you. It's now aware that Jazz is there too. And now we come to Corby. Corby, would you like to do anything? You can definitely hear a struggle going on down the hall. And it's dark down there because you're not with them. Your eyes aren't illuminating the area.
Sure, I can see the heating signatures though, right? So I can probably have watched what was happening. I want to get up in that squirrel's line of sight and sort of like, you know how when someone like shines a light in your eyes when it has been pitch black? That's the move here. They're facing away from me, but I'm behind them. So I just want to be like, I just want to like strobe this
Flashlight eyes.
Yes.
Flashlight eyes.
Strobing.
So cool, Corby.
It will, you do that, and then it's its turn. It is going to squeal, and I'm going to say that's such smart play that it does not attack again this turn, but it squeals very loudly, and I can tell you that you hear other sounds coming from farther down the hall.
Okay. Ugh.
Which hall?
There's only one, the one leading south out of the sample room down into whatever area these beastmen are coming out of.
Okay, well, time for one rune for the road, baby.
It is your side's turn now. I said that you kind of stunned him for a turn with those flashlight eyes, so it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack. I believe. Come on. 8.
8 is
Which
not
I know
enough to
does
hit
not
this
hit.
squirrel creature. Who's
All right,
next?
I'm gonna-
Jazz is gonna attack.
I'm gonna point blank arrow this thing. I mean, just like
Yeah,
right in its head.
that's right.
Okay. Actually, Jazz, I'm gonna be a little bit persnickety here and say you had a dagger out before.
I
and
did.
And to switch to your bow would take an action to kind of put the daggers away or throw them down and pull the bow.
Just stab him again.
Just
Okay,
stab him.
I'll stab him.
Okay.
I'll
Stab
stab
Does
him.
a dagger
Stab
not get a choice of what you add to it? Is it only strength?
I believe it's a melee weapon, so it does strength bonus damage.
For some reason I thought
Now,
some
if
of
you throw it, it does dexterity, right?
Not gonna win. All right, here we go. That is, oh man, that's a 9.
A 9 is not
wait,
enough
plus
to
2.
hit. Plus 2
Right?
is 11, still not enough to hit this thing.
Dang.
Corby, it's up to you, my friend. The
I
choice
shouldn't-
is up to you, my friend.
Can I see the ones coming?
Yeah, you look down the hall. And actually, your eyes can kind of illuminate, and you're looking into a twisted maze of burrows branching off of a common courtyard. And out of the burrows and through that courtyard are coming 4 heat signatures.
Okay. Are they together or are they?
They're kind of together. They have to kind of get into one clump to kind of come up this hallway.
And that's great. So at the sort of narrowest part of the hallway or whatever, I would like to rune a candle and sort of just like put it there and then run back to the current fray.
Okay, you do that.
Nice.
And now it is the enemy's
Squirrel's
turn. We'll start with the squirrel, and then we'll find out what happens to the others. The squirrel is going to turn on Jazz and attack him. And it rolls a 3. Does not hit Jazz.
Yes. My turn.
Well, now we have to see what happens to these creatures that are running down the hallway.
My dog instincts are going off because I desperately want to kill this squirrel.
These creatures do not notice the candle. They step right on it. How much damage is done?
10.
What kind of explosion was this?
It's fire, baby.
Yeah.
Boom! This big ball of fire goes up in the hallway. Now parts of the hall are actually kind of burning. They've caught fire. And now it is your turn, Garmouth.
Finally. Come on. Please. Oh, hell yeah. 23.
That is a hit.
Does 23 hit the squirrel?
It does.
Okay. 1d8. 8 plus 2. 10.
You
10.
rip the squirrel, like a good dog, you rip the squirrel apart.
Actually, I take him by the neck and I go.
Shake him to death.
Yeah. You shake him like a squirrel that you caught.
Got him really good in the backyard.
Blood and guts drop from its body onto the floor, steaming hot. And everything is quiet.
And dark.
Dark.
Because that is the end of my effort.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I take out? Does anyone have a torch?
I have a torch. You can be our torch bearer.
Can you hand it to me, please? And I try to light it based on one of like the smoldering leaves or whatever.
Yeah.
in this
Patches
hallway.
of fur.
Yeah.
In fact, you light it and you notice that this could be bad. Like the fire seems to be, really catching.
I think it's fine. This whole thing was built of vines. Vines got water in it. Water doesn't burn.
No.
But we should probably keep moving.
Let's walk
And
quickly.
if we set fire to this whole structure, honestly, fine.
For the better.
We should keep moving.
I'd like to know that Croth is dead first before I burn this place down.
Very good.
We're going to walk quickly down the southward corridor.
You end up in the courtyard I mentioned. It's surrounded by 10 different burrows that branch off from it. In the center of the courtyard is an enormous plant, like many rooms you've been in, but this one looks like an enormous Venus flytrap, and there is heat coming off of it.
Yeah, I set it on fire.
You set it on fire?
I'm trying
With
to
the
set it on
torch?
fire, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. You walk up to set it on fire, and it immediately, the second your torch hits it, it immediately snaps at you, and you must make an evasion save,
I'm
Corbin.
really good at those, don't worry.
Remember
I
that you
was
want to
not
get
expecting
above, equal to or above your save score.
That's 16 minus your level minus your
Modifier, dexterity,
intelligence modifier.
or
So
intelligence
So
modifier.
that's 16 minus
2.
2 minus 1. So I
you
gotta
need
get
a-
above a 13 on a d20, yes?
That's right.
Right. That's a 10.
That's not enough. Corby, you are immediately snapped up and swallowed by the thing.
No
and,
way.
As you are sloshing around in here, you realize there's another body in here with you.
Is it light? Can I see from the torch?
You can't see. In fact, your torch is immediately doused and everything goes into darkness, and you can feel the juices in here kind of eating away at your body. But there is someone in here with you, and as you are swallowed up and pushed against this body, that being goes.
Oh, I take out my hammer and I hit the sound wherever the sound is coming from. Hit it in the head.
Well, can you make a physical save to see if you can even
Move at
prevent
all.
these juices from making you kind of fall to sleep?
Okay,
Or
what's
into
that?
like a stupor.
Okay. That's 16 minus level minus strength, which is 13 again. That's a critical success.
A critical success?
But now can I I think what I want to try to do is pry my way out, or is that just to like survive juices? Is what that save was?
Well, that's okay. A critical success makes me think you could pry your way out. Would you like to try to pry your way out?
Yeah, and on the off chance that this is like a real good guy,
Yeah.
Inside this Venus flytrap.
You pull the flytrap open as Jazz and Garmouth watch, and the thing like vomits. The flytrap like vomits, and you and a person in rags are belched forth, and the person in rags slides across the floor toward Jazz and Garmouth, as you do too.
Yeah, I want to like drag both of their bodies out of range of the flytrap.
I come out, I'm like,
Are you hurt?
Gross flower. Yes.
It's a bad flower.
I'm dead. I think I died.
You died. You're not dead.
As you drag their bodies, the one that is not Corby suddenly flips over, and you're looking into the face of a bald old man who goes, and then his fingers start to glow with purple fire.
Hammer.
Yeah, I'm just as soon as I possibly can, I'm gonna slice this fucker open.
Well, let's make initiative rolls, because whoever gets to act first, it'll be important.
Hey, expert, who with the ability to reroll any does that not apply to initiative?
I don't think it applies to initiative.
No, it's a skill roll. It's any non-combat skill.
How'd you do?
I got
Mary
a 2.
Lou?
I got a 1. Can we do 2? Can we use the 2?
It's really just between Garmouth and this guy, because Garmouth is the one that grabbed the bodies, okay? But you will go on her turn, Jazz, and you will go on her turn, Corby. This guy rolled a 2, so he gets to go first. Purple fire blasts from his fingertips into Garmouth, doing a D8 of damage. Here it goes. Garmouth, you take 3 damage.
Okay, it's fine.
And now everybody on your side may go.
Fucking rip this guy apart.
I want to rip this guy apart.
All right, this dude's getting bowed hard.
Can't believe
19.
one of these clones got eaten by a big flower. Just been sitting in there for years.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. I know. Okay, I'm making an unarmed strike, but really, what I really want everyone to imagine is I am biting the fuck out of this guy. I am biting him so hard in the neck if I can reach it. Oh, no, it says a D8. Sorry. Okay, come on, bitch. Okay, that's a 7 plus 1 shock damage. That's 8 damage, bitch! This old man.
He dies as you rip him open with your jaws. And as he's dying, he says, "You cannot kill Groth."
Did he say Groth?
Did he say Groth, guys?
Have we been saying his name wrong this whole time?
What if Groth is like Groth's clone? Ugh.
So what
Deeper
this
still, I
Croft
guess.
doesn't know,
I guess we got
what he thinks is that the cloning machine is still alive, but it's not. It's offline forever. I have killed Croth. I have killed Croth for the last time.
I think that's probably true, but you should
I
drink.
say with Croft's blood dripping down my chin.
That's so great.
And chest.
Can you drink this for me, please, you big scary dog, real quick?
Well, drink what?
This. I put the gourd in his mouth and just like drink.
Give yourself a D4 of healing.
That's the pyramid.
And then it's empty, so I throw it at the Venus flytrap.
1. I get 1 hit point.
So we've reached almost the end of our time. So I would like for you to tell me, you feel like you found Croth, or Groth, or a Croth.
Maybe there's A Roth, B Roth, C Roth, D Roth.
You just took out 6 Beastmen. I mean, how many are there? You're not sure. But this area where they were nesting seems quiet.
Let's set fire to this whole thing and leave it behind.
Yeah, I knew I liked this guy. This is my whole thing.
Agreed. We can torch this place and crawl out that hole.
Oh yeah, I guess we could go out that hole.
Oh, we're not going back past that moss thing for sure.
Yeah, I think we just like light a torch and then every available opportunity on the way back.
You have 17 candles left. You have 17 candles left.
I have a ton of candles. I'm just putting them directly under what looks like foliage.
We're lighting
them everywhere.
candles. Anything that looks dry.
Let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to our three heroes walking in slow-mo from an enormous burning structure.
Not looking back.
An inferno behind them, not even looking back. But their hair, especially the fur on Garmouth, is kind of blowing sexily as they exit the burning deep. Yes. Perfect.
Ooh, if we had sunglasses, we'd put them on.
Yeah, you've done it. You have explored the dungeon. You have plumbed its depths. You have destroyed its threats for the most part. There were a couple rooms you didn't find, but that's okay because you destroyed the place. And now I would like to call on each player to give me their epilogue. Their epilogue can be whatever they want. It can happen years from now. It can happen the next day. It can deal with things we already saw in the story, like Emra, or it could be a completely new adventure that you went on years later. It's up to you. Who would like to start?
I will go first.
Jazz.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jazz.
Jazz, your epilogue, please.
Jazz, after this quest was completed, returned to the land from whence he came, seeking more vengeance. He went back to his old village where he had been exiled, and he snuck into the throne room and slit the throat of the one-time prince who was now what he would refer to as the Paper King.
Yes.
And he leaves no trace and seeks no credit. He just knows in his heart that he's closed another chapter. And he walks off into the sunset looking for another wrong to right.
Beautiful. Yes, all of that happens.
He's a happy.
Yes. Vengeance is Jazz's. And your village was in a deep, I think we established. So you were definitely easily able to navigate it after your experiences in this deep. Go ahead, Corby.
Corby took the one mantis pod that he had learned from this deep and spent the rest of his life searching, trying for a way to bring a big mantis to life. But he never found another deep quite like this one. So he resigned himself to the study of magical blacksmithing. It was always difficult and never easy.
Corby, did you really experiment with that pod? Is that what you're telling me? You could say no.
He was looking for well, he knows that the pod works. It goes in the big tree machine.
Yes.
So I don't think he did anything to it unless he found another one of those.
Right. Okay, so you went back to blacksmithing.
Well, he was searching deeps for another big tree machine, but he never found one. But along the way, he was always looking for ways to become the most powerful magical blacksmith in the world.
Wait, there is a skill that deals with, first of all, Jazz, based on your epilogue, I think you should go ahead and give your character another sneak and bring it up to 2. Because you snuck in and you didn't even stick around. You didn't even stick around to take credit. You snuck away. And you should take a point of craft, bringing your craft to 0. Corby, you are now a barely competent blacksmith.
Wait, I was already at 0. Now I'm at 1.
You're at 1 in craft. You actually are a pretty good blacksmith.
Corby made a functional sword for the first time of his life and then retired on top.
Instantly.
I'm out. I've done it. I've mastered my craft.
Beautiful.
Garmouth.
Garmouth stays in the forest from whence he came. It's the only home he's ever known. He returns. He wanders alone for a long time until one day he comes across a small band of wolves who are mourning the death of what seems to be like the alpha wolf.
Would you say their king? The death of their king?
Their queen, their mother, it seems. She died of old age. She's white. She's grizzled around the muzzle. And he looks at them, and they look at him. And without words, he returns to all fours, and he lives in the woods with his brothers and sisters, the wolves, as their reluctant,
The Wolf King.
benevolent king.
As the benevolent Wolf
Wolf King.
As the benevolent wolf king.
Then Garmouth gets yet another survive, bringing him up to survive 2.
But every year on the anniversary of the burning, he visits
raids the
this-
village.
They kill everyone in Edgewood Station.
Yeah, I raid the village and I eat all their babies. No, I visit the stream where I first met Jazz and Orby, and I remember my brothers of a different sort. And then I go off howling into the night.
And finally, an epilogue for Leonard. Somewhere there's a village, and in that village there's a mob, and they're swinging pitchforks and shovels, and they've got a young woman, and they're carrying her up to a wooden stake, and they're holding torches, and they're screaming witch. And then suddenly, out of the shadows comes Leonard, and on his back is Emra, and she's holding a spear, and she's wearing a metal bikini that she found. And then suddenly from behind her comes Emily, Emmy, and Em, and they're all wearing metal bikinis and carrying spears as well. And they come into the mob and they start stabbing. And Leonard rises up on his hind hooves and whinnies to the moon. And the woman is saved. And that is how we will end our story.
The rise of the witch hunter hunters.
Exactly.
The rise of the witch hunter hunters and their noble steed, Leonard.
That has been Worlds Without Number. Like the game says, it's Worlds Without Number, so your story could be really very completely different from the one that we told. So go out, buy the book, follow Cine Nomine Publishing online, find out all the stuff they're doing. They make a lot of great games, including a game called Stars Without Number, which is a sci-fi version of this. Everything that Kevin Crawford designs is really cool, so I hope you'll go and seek those things out. I want to thank my incredible group of players, Edgar Blackmon, Mary Lou, and Zach Reino. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a
Thank you,
wonderful
Jared.
time, Jared.
Fun time.
Follow them
Wonderfully done.
online. Tell them how much you love them. Follow everything they do, and I swear we'll have them back whenever they are willing to come back.
So I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
That's been our show. We'll be back soon with another game, but this is the Game Garage. Until then, good night, Glass Cannon Naish. See you later.
Bye.
Good night.